नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतलेष्ठिमते भक्तिविकासस्वामिनिधे नमः विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतलेष्ठिमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधे नमः नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी भाषाति देशकारिणि जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कम करति वाचलं निंदाति श्री गुरुवे गौरचंद्राय राधिकाय तथालय कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय भागीशाय स्वदने लक्ष्मी से समक्षति स्यास्ते हृदये सम्यक् योऽन्त प्रविश्य ममाचं मां सुप्तां सञ्जीवयत्य शक्तिधर सुदां नाम शास्त्रचरणश्रमत्वगादि प्राण निज गुरु हरिवान्या पृष्ठचित्तो विचित्तो परितकृतिर्गेह दन्त संसार कूपः रोगजन सुखातो मज्जन संस विश्वभुज. Yes, folks, Chancellor Prabhu, you can read. You can read for 15 minutes. Another 15 minutes, Karthik can read.
Okay, Prabhu. Youngsters participating, oldsters appreciating. For Srila Prabhupada, the movement's popularity among young people was a sure sign of success. Sometimes the newspaper reporters ask me, quote, why are these young men and young women very attracted with this movement? I reply, quote, that is the success of the movement because the younger generation are the flowers, the future hope of the country, of the world. If they take this movement seriously, then the whole world will be happy. Unquote. Reference 2137, lecture 20 July 1972. Their radically improved lives were another sign. When I see so many boys and hundreds of centers living very peacefully in a nice house, getting good prasada, having good knowledge in the books, reforming their character, and getting some good home, that is my success. Otherwise, they were loitering. No home, no character, no peace of mind. So at least this is my success. I have given so many boys a life. That is my success. Reference 2138. Conversation 23 July 1976. If I see that you are living very nicely, chanting very nicely, then all my labor is successful. Reference 2139, Conversation 13 August 1976. In the early days of his Western mission, Srila Prabhupada wrote, quote, we are specially interested in the younger generation because they can accept this philosophy very quickly. Unquote. Reference 2140, letter 12 August 1968. He underlined this point when once questioned why Krishna consciousness was so popular among young people. Because they have not got knowledge. Young people are receptive. Education is given during youth, not in old age. An old man cannot take any education. Whatever he has learned, he'll take another period of 50 years to forget that. Therefore, sometimes they are called old fools. But young men are receptive. They have a brain. When they understand that, quote, here is something, unquote, they understand. Reference 2141, Conversation 12 September 1973. On another occasion, a young female reporter asked, quote, I see almost all young people here. Why is that? Unquote. Srila Prabhupada replied with a question, quote, why are there so many young people in the university? Unquote. The girl responded, quote, I guess that's the age for education. Unquote. Quote, yes, Srila Prabhupada said, quote, so this is the age for Krishna consciousness. You cannot teach an old dog new tricks. Unquote. Reference 2142, Satswarupa Dasa Goswami, Srila Prabhupada Lilamrita, chapter 35, this remote corner of the world. Of course, Krishna consciousness is not limited to youngsters, and Srila Prabhupada happily acknowledged the appreciation he was also receiving from older people. Our Krishna consciousness movement is gradually becoming the most popular movement in the entire world, especially among the younger generation. It is becoming more and more interesting to the older generation also. Older gentlemen are Older gentlemen are becoming interested, so much so that the fathers and grandfathers of my disciples are encouraging us by becoming life members of our great society, the International Society for Krishna Consciousness. In Los Angeles, many fathers and mothers used to come to see me to express their feelings of gratitude for my leading the Krishna consciousness movement throughout the entire world. Some of them said that it is greatly fortunate for the Americans that I have started the Krishna consciousness movement in America. Reference 2143, Bhagavad Gita preface. When some parents of devotees in America publicly accused the movement of brainwashing their children, testimonies in rebuttal were sought from other parents, some of which were read to Srila Prabhupada. Reference to 144 Conversation, 20 December 1976. I am glad my son has chosen religion over so many undesirable paths. It is sad that this harassment is going on. Some people are just cruel by nature. I have to admire these young people for the daily sacrifice they are making in their welfare work. I know from first-hand experience that these accusations against the Hare Krishna movement, indoctrinating its members and infringing upon their free will are false and insubstantial. I am totally against these parents infringing upon the rights of their daughter, seeing that she is of legal age and should be allowed to live her own life. Virginia T. Nino, parent. I believe that the Hare Krishna movement has helped my son and it has had a very good effect on him in respect to his becoming a useful American citizen. He is also a very devoted son to me. I am in contact with other devotee parents and I know that they feel exactly as I do. Mrs. Estelle Blumert, mother of Madhusudana Dasa. I think that the Hare Krishna movement has helped you and brought you away from some of the bad things that you were involved in before. It has helped you to become more respectful to your parents and other people. I think I think that has helped influence your sisters to get away from their harmful views on drugs and things like that. I do feel that if you are happy, that is all you need because when you die, you will be with God. Mrs. V. Balavaj, Balavajda, former Catholic religious teacher and parent of a devotee, writing directly to her son. I think there is certainly no harm in Kevin participating in the Hare Krishna religion. If it will fulfill his life, then he must be allowed to live happily. Dwayne and Nancy E., parents of Ramadasa Abhiramadasa. We have always tried to encourage our son into taking up a religious life. Our plans for him to become a Catholic priest, but he has chosen this. We can see that his life in the Hare Krishna movement is so nice. We like the principles that this society stands for. We have only wanted the best for our son, and now we can see that he has it. And we both feel that our prayers have been answered. Mr. and Mrs. John Avery, we are thankful that our son has joined the Hare Krishna movement. We both think all the devotees are very nice, godly people. Mr. and Mrs. I. J. Bittner, parents of Rameshta Dasa. I have two lovely children and three grandchildren in this Hare Krishna movement, and I am proud of it. They have never been in trouble with drugs or the police, and they live plain and peaceful lives, and they give me very much happiness every time I see them. If my husband and I were younger and not so set in our ways, we would proudly have joined such a movement. Thank you, AC Bhaktivedanta. Julius and Shirley Kilman. Preaching by any means.
1 second, I wanted to tell you something over here.
Uh-huh.
I saw in some video, I don't want to tell who is that and where is that and who is the devotee's name. No, I don't want to tell all those things because what I am speaking is nowadays, sometimes the devotee's parents are also introduced if he is a big shot in ISKCON, you know, and you know how it's going, and you know how in what way it is going through my words, where it is going. I'm saying that no normal devotees' parents are being introduced on the dais, or they are not being called so much. A big shot,
Mhm.
a big devotee is being
Mhm.
called, and many times what happens, and sometimes that devotee becomes famous because of YouTube or anything like that.
Mhm.
And I don't know, somehow they project that devotee as a Karana Janma person, as a person who was from childhood, he's so attracted to Krishna consciousness, but not Krishna consciousness per se. I'm saying so spiritual and all those things. And that is going on, and they make that video so famous, and they send to the people whom he follows, and he becomes like a mini Guruji. He becomes more
Oh.
or less like a mini Guruji. Yeah, 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 yeah. He becomes like a more mini Guruji. Although his Guru is there, everybody is there, and he's being glorified as a person that he has come just to deliver us from this world. He's just a small brahmachari, and he's being
Mhm.
glorified like, as if, his both parents are sad among all the people here. He is preaching, and their videos are being taken. My son was studying in so and so big college, and he was always interested. He was so samskari person, and all that is going on. I have seen
Much like that
at least
Sai Baba propaganda, right, Prabhu?
that's something I don't know, but actually, people love it. This is emotional
Mhm.
kind of a way. That's right. Prabhupada also used that many a times. Harishori Prabhu's parents came, and Prabhupada told, "Did you give prasadam to him?" No, he said no. Then he had to run. By the time he went, his parents left, and Prabhupada said, "What did you do? By the came, they came, and you didn't give them prasadam." So that is Harishori Prabhu tells in his memories. But what I'm saying
Mhm.
is that Prabhupada also took that advantage to propose among this one, but it goes in a wrong way when
Mhm.
the example is set in a different mode. I'm telling, this is good. These at least they don't tell their no, they tell their sons are they wanted to do this one and they joined. We are thankful like that. But this is going in on a different way.
Mhm.
Parents, the testimony of parents is good, but when you make him like a Karana Janma, as an Avatara Purusha, as a person who has come like a Guruji, he's very humble person. Arre, we are gone Shudras, we have come to Krishna consciousness. That itself is a very great boom. We are not here to make ourselves like it's all Puja Labha Pratishtha. That is what I'm trying to
Mhm.
say. And it's not stopping. It is going on and on nowadays. At least I know, I don't know what to say. I know I have seen at least one video, wherein the preacher is touching the beads and is giving to his people, oh, blah blah blah. Too much. He's
Oh my
young
God.
chap. He's young chap. He's sitting and he's touching the beads and giving to his followers. He's putting a big, a big katha in one big pilgrimage place, and all are sitting for the Mangalarti. After Mangalarti, he's sitting and he's giving lecture. That's fine. Everything was like he's giving lecture on Sundarkanda, and he is giving lecture on Sundarakanda, and everything happened, and everybody is sitting for Mangala. After Mangalati, they are sitting for chanting, and he's
Hmm.
bought the beads with the chanting beads, and he's touching those beads, and that beads are given to him. Can you imagine what's going on?
This is happening in India, Prabhuji.
Say, Prabhu, this is happening in one. This is happening in India. I have
Oh,
seen.
very.
Unfortunately, I saw those videos, 7 days videos. He took them a big group. He took them everybody to a pilgrimage, and every day his video is being posted about his katha and all those things. I was wondering what would be they doing in the Mangalarti. They were saying Mangalarti happened. They were dancing. Fine, Mangalarti was there. The same Sansar Davala, everything was there. And then chanting, everybody sitting, and he's sitting, and they were sitting around, and he's sitting in the as a center of it, and new beads are bought, and he's
Oh,
touching those beads. And
that's
he's
not
just a
good.
young fellow, just came 2, 3 years before. He was just a young fellow, learning what is sloka, what is different between Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. Now he is becoming a big preacher on YouTube channel. He's having his own YouTube channel. Now he's going around temple after temple giving lectures, and he's a big shot. He's a young man. He's just a small, if you see him, you will think he's like a 15, 20-year-old boy. But he's unbelievable.
Very.
I'm saying, what's going on in ISKCON? Hare Krishna, welcome. Yes. Okay,
Maybe
Prabhu.
they do all this and monetize the YouTube videos, Prabhu, to earn money.
See, whatever it is, you may monetize whatever it is, but the thing is that it gives a wrong message the
Yes, yes.
moment. Nobody did, no, even though so many preachers are famous, nobody did like that on camera.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody did that. Very, very rarely. And this guy has crossed the limits like anything. And I was thinking, what's going on? This guy means, this devotee.
Very,
Mm-hmm.
very.
And then some people come to me and they say, Prabhuji, we saw you in Krishna Life distributing books, dancing. Oh, so nice, bro. And I become very blushful, he's coming all the way and coming telling me. And this guy is going and become very, it's embarrassed to see all these things
Mm-hmm.
happening in front of him. Somebody comes all the way and then tells you are great. You're Prabhu. Then you say, no, we are just normal. Now, Gokul Chandra Prabhu, such a big preacher, never he's like that, Can you imagine? There is one devotee, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Das, where I'm staying. He's a very big preacher. They're so humble. They do never do all this drama in front of camera. I'm telling you. There's such a beautiful devotees. They have such a big congregation, such a good preaching, such a big temples they have built. But never Gokul Prabhu did like that. Never any of our devotees did like that. Narottam Prabhu, such a good preacher. He has established such a big farm. Nobody, he's taking such a humble position, and nobody comes to him like this. Rather, he scolds if somebody does like this, and he is like that. He's a bacha now. He's doing all these things. Okay, Prabhu, Karthik ji, now you can read.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Preaching by any means. To spread Krishna consciousness worldwide requires preaching. That will bring success, and the very endeavor to preach is itself one kind of success. Wherever there is preaching strength, there is also success. No matter it may be Pandal show or making members, traveling Sankirtan party, whatever it may be. Reference 2145, letter dated 28th December 1971. Opposition. The Sankirtan movement will always be opposed by demons. This demonic nature of opposition to the Sankirtan movement perpetually exists. As it
One thing,
exists. Yes, Praji.
The Sankirtan movement will always be opposed by demons. Uh, we should be added even devotee.
Hari Hari.
You did not say that, but I also think Sankirtan movement will always be opposed by demons. No, 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 demons and devotees. Sometimes devotees.
Hari Hari. This demonic nature of opposition to the Sankirtan movement perpetually exists, as it existed in the time of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, it existed long before that, even in the time of Prahlad Maharaj. Reference 2146, Chaitanya Charitamrit Adi Lila, 7th chapter, 99th text purport. Therefore, in pushing forward the Krishna consciousness movement, we should expect opposition. Paramhamsa. It seems that the more we strive to push the Krishna consciousness,
Yeah, movement forward.
movement forward, the more Maya puts obstacles in the way to stop us. Srila Prabhupada. Yes, but as soon as you become strong, naturally there will be more enemies. That is natural. Reference 2147. Conversation 14th June 1974. In terms of the authenticity of the movement, the real problem is not opposition, but lack of it. Unless there is
Wow.
opposition, it is not
Nick,
genuine.
what I'm saying, what a statement. Huh? Previously,
Exactly.
Prabhupada said that in the pushing forward the Krishna movement, we should expect opposition. And Maharaj is writing here, in terms of authenticity of the movement, the real problem is not opposition, but lack of it.
Exactly. Yes, Raji.
What I'm saying is that nowadays devotees won't want opposition. That's what is the change in the moment.
Yes, Raji.
Some devotees they are very much averse of this word called opposition. They want everybody should welcome them, but we should understand we will expect opposition from us, and opposition is our victory. Prabhupada said. I don't know, Maharaj will write. Yeah. Yes, Prabhu. Read.
Unless there is opposition, it is not genuine or not serious. Opposition must be there. Reference 2148, conversation dated 9th January 1977. Insubstantial movements that do not threaten others' sense gratification will not be opposed. They are feeling the pressure. That is our success when there is opposition. They are not going to oppose any such movement like transcendental meditation. No, they don't care. But this, they are seeing that it is very venomous poison. No illicit sex, no meat eating. I thought that nobody would take this. But it is Krishna's mercy. You have taken it seriously. Reference 2149. Conversation dated 14th February 1977. Opposition from demons is success for devotees. It indicates that they are doing what they are supposed to be doing, that their activities are authorized, pure, and genuine. And thus, Srila Prabhupada pronounced, when there is opposition, that is our victory. Hari Hari. Reference
No, it-
2150, conversation dated 9th January 1977. We must remember that such incidents, as Chand Kazi's objection to Sankirtana, took place in the past 500 years ago, and the fact that they are still going on indicates that our Sankirtan movement is really authorized. For if Sankirtan were an insignificant material affair, demons would not object to it. The demons of the time tried to obstruct the Sankirtan movement started by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similar demons are trying to obstruct the Sankirtan movement we are executing all over the world, and this proves that our Sankirtan movement is still pure and genuine, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Reference 2151, Chaitanya Charitamrit, Adi Leela, 17th chapter, 127th text, purport. As soon as you become successful, there will be many enemies. That is natural. That is the sign of success. Reference 2152, conversation dated 3rd November 1973. In this regard, Srila Prabhupada cited the example of Krishna himself. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, there is opposition always, from the very beginning of his birth throughout his life. That means he is the genuine Supreme Lord. That is the greatness of the movement. Reference 2153, conversation dated 9th January 1977. Elaborating on this theme, Krishna became important when he killed so many demons, not lying down on the lap of Mother Yashoda. And while he was on the lap of Mother Yashoda, from that day he began to kill, and there were attacks. Therefore, Krishna became the supreme personality of Godhead. So, even Krishna was not exempted. What to speak of us? Prahlad Maharaj was not exempted. As soon as you speak of God, opposition will come. Jesus Christ was crucified. So they are so kind that they have not crucified me or my men. Otherwise, you have to expect all these things. Nityananda Prabhu was personally injured. Haridas Thakur was beaten in 22 bazaars. This task is like that. Reference 2154, lecture dated 8th January 1977. In response to reports of a major court case against devotees in America, Srila Prabhupada noted that they are afraid that the different culture is conquering over their culture. Reference 2155, letter dated 30th October 1976. With the Krishna consciousness movement threatening to undermine the whole basis of the demonic civilization, Srila Prabhupada saw antagonism as inevitable. That is their feeling that the Krishna consciousness movement is spreading so fast, like an epidemic. We must take some step. This whole Western civilization is threatened. Their whole economic culture structure will fail. Even theoretically taken, no smoking, no gambling, no intoxication, no illicit sex, their whole civilization is finished. Intelligent persons are thinking this movement is so strongly against this modern material civilization. If it is allowed to spread, then our whole civilization, whole economic structure will be finished. This movement is threatening the foundation of material civilization in the Western countries. Their whole foundation is meat eating, illicit sex, gambling, and intoxication. Their whole civilization is threatened. We are recommending no illicit sex, no intoxication, no gambling, and no meat eating. But this is the basic principle of modern civilization. So the foundation is threatened. Reference 2156. Conversation dated 2nd November 1976.
I
Devo-
don't think anybody, I don't think anybody is speaking nowadays in these lines. Can you
yes,
imagine
Prabhuji.
what Maharaj is quoting here, Prabhupada, see how the Western civilization and the modern civilization, how it is being, how it is, uh,
As
how,
as
how,
I was reading it, I realized, Prabhuji, how these four regulative principles and breaking of them is maintaining their economy. If they don't break
yeah,
these, their economy will fail.
Yeah, yeah. See, any country's GDP nowadays is just these four things, including India.
Yes, Prabhuji.
The whole thing is this, and we don't speak all these things nowadays. No lectures are speaking. You take any lecture for that matter, anybody's lecture. You go to anybody's lecture, they don't say all these things.
All goody goody
And
things, Prabhuji.
yeah, feel good lectures. Otherwise, you can't. They're telling you. I'm telling you on camera. There is a real why one famous devotee who is saying until 8 o'clock you do bhakti. From 8 to 6 you do your job. After 6 you do your academics. You do whatever your career development. All this. Can you imagine what kind of a preacher is he?
Yes, Prabhuji.
He's telling. He's telling directly. Until 8 o'clock, you do bhakti. After 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock, you from till 6 o'clock you work in a company very nicely. And after 6 o'clock, you work for your career. This is Hinduism. This is not Krishna consciousness.
Yes, Prabhuji. It's all feel good things.
Yeah. Say, you may not say people that you are working hard like cats and dogs. That is another thing. That is another thing. But at least you should not say openly that what like this.
It is true.
Arey Baba, yeah. Continue.
Those who are thoughtful are thinking if this movement is allowed to go on, then our civilization will be finished. They are right. If these young men go on under my instruction, I shall finish their civilization. No meat eating in Western countries, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling. That means their life is finished. Reference 2157, conversation dated 3rd January 1977. Their greatest shock are people are being taught no illicit sex, no meat eating, no intoxication. Then where is our civilization? Reference 2158, conversation dated 9th January 1977. Reference 2159. For further discussion of this point, see Public Opinion. Opposition is our victory. Chapter 17 of On Speaking Strongly in Srila Prabhupada's Service by Bhakti Vikas Swami.
Maharaj wrote this book, and one devotee, after reading few pages of it before purchasing that book, he told me, "This is only in theory, Prabhu. This doesn't happen. Never will happen." He told me like that.
Hari Hari.
This is just a theory, Prabhu, but where it is happening, nobody is doing. So, yeah, this book, speaking strongly in Srila Prabhupada should be distributed like anything. But they are getting distributed, but they are reading and just keeping it in the shelf. The many devotees are reading it, but many of the devotees they don't like the way it is being presented in one sense because it is too
Oh,
heavy for them.
absolutely, Project.
Okay, Prabhu, maybe it's already 6 o'clock, so we will stop here. Sorry to interject in the middle so many times. Uh, we will meet tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Tomorrow I will
Yes.
not forget it.
Yes, Project.
Okay. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Om
Project.
Sarvada Sarvadev
Patita.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Isam Bhakti Krishna Maharaj ki jai.
Jai.
Gaur Srila Prabhupada ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Project. Hare Krishna.